Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and tangents of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all its concise commentary.
We are back, and we are not dead yet. Get your fucking refund. We're still here. Touchdowns and tangents. Your Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, concise commentary for the culture. I am PD Camarillo, and we have a vibrant, alive, smiling, pristine hairline looking ass Kenny in the house. What's good, man?
Thank you. Especially the pristine hairline. God may have given me diabetes, but he also made me genetically.
Is this what we're doing now? You're just out now? Is that you're just living in your truth now?
Did you say I may be
you're owning it.
I may be genetically exposed to diabetes.
Yeah,
but
chill. I might have it for like a solid.
Stop stepping on my joke. It would have been funny had you not said anything.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say once I catch it, you're not gonna know for a solid like 2 years.
No, I'm gonna know,
and then I'm gonna be like,
you're gonna be limping, and I'm like, oh, you got that catheter limp.
You stupid.
Hey, no, dog.
You gotta stop making catheter jokes, my guy.
Nah, chill, because my mom told me.
Because ain't nobody. Because when the day comes, whatever it is, 20 years, 50 years, when you're bedridden, ain't no one picking your big ass out of that bed. So you know
I'm
you're
not
getting
gonna be that heavy. I'm gonna be in perfectly great shape. Like
you about to be like the celebrity now, losing weight on that diabetic medication.
I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm actually work out. That's fucked up.
That's what's up.
But now, like, Adam Morrison had it. So like, you can have diabetes and be perfectly healthy, or you could be like
Jay Cutler had it.
Yeah, but he's a prick. But yeah, that too.
Dan Williams had it.
I think a dude from UNLV had it.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few people that have had it.
So it's like most of the world is actually.
Is that what we're starting open forum with this week? We're having a. Let's talk about it, about diabetes.
When the hospital I was in, they were like 2/3 of this entire hospital has diabetes. And like most people actually have diabetes, they just don't know it. Like you're walking around,
because it's
with high sugar levels, and you don't realize you need insulin.
All we do is eat corn and fucking sugar.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like that'll just be the new normal. But yeah, I'm thankful. I was in the hospital 6 days. I did a fucking stupid juice cleanse, and that shit spiked my sugar levels to like 680. I was throwing up. I was just drinking like I couldn't burp, and it was scaring me like that. I couldn't burp, so I went and bought some soda just to fucking burp. That didn't work. Dumbass went and bought a caramel frap from the donut shop, like the Starbucks one, and drank that because I was like, well, something's gonna come out of me. I threw that shit up like 8 straight times, and then I was like, all right.
You really don't need to go into this much detail. This is really.
I could go into further detail.
This is really oversharing and and maybe borderline HIPAA violation.
How much have we overshared?
That should have been the title. Can you violate your own HIPAA rights?
Yeah, you probably can. But diabetic diaspora is much funnier. But nah, for real. Like I hit a swig of mouthwash because me and my mom was dead shot. Like, yeah, you're going to the hospital because, like, jokes have been made about me vomiting over the years that it's like projectile. I'm like, you've never seen anything like it until you've seen it. Yeah, and then hit a swig of mouthwash and then threw up like 6 more times. And I was like, all right, let me go to urgent care. I'm fucking groggy. Like I could see perfectly fine, but my whole body just felt like I wasn't in this fucking dimension. It was weird. It was like I'm walking straight, but I'm not walking straight. I'm actually fucking like hobbling around. And my mom's like, you don't look too good. Like I barely made it up the stairs, and she's just like, nah, fuck that. We're going to the hospital. So yeah, thankfully my heart and most of my shit checked out. It was just like the sugar levels and a bunch of stuff. I got pricked like 100 times the first 3 days. Oh my fucking God. I felt like a pincushion. I had to like erase all the Whitney Houston jokes in my head and Bobby Brown jokes. Cause it's like, that's too soon. I can't be making like pincushion dope fiend jokes. And I'm literally bedridden. That's bad karma. And I was like, please God, just don't let me get on a catheter. And thankfully they didn't. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, go out there and get your blood tested and then find out and, like, press your family members on diseases. Like, what did so-and-so die of again? And, like, make them name shit off because you'll get a blood test and the doctor's like, yeah, you got this, this, and this in your DNA. You're like, what? I've never heard this before. I was like, did you talk to your family members? I was like, yeah, I had a distant uncle who died of such and such. And they're like, well, yeah, here's what you're genetically predisposed to. So you never know what you're genetically predisposed to because, let's be honest, medical, healthcare.
I mean, it's not that hard to find out. You could take one of the fucking 7 DNA tests on the market.
Most people don't do that.
It will tell you.
Most people in their 20s and 30s don't do that. We all think.
I kind of know people have. I honestly don't think you should because you just give up your data. And so when the mass apocalypse comes and the aliens come, they'll know exactly which ones are the weakest in the human race and can easily eliminate.
Pretty sure they already have power level scanners.
Them.
I'm pretty sure they already have power level scanners. Like, not the ones that break, like the ones
you're saying they don't need to steal our data. They probably have.
They just know.
Just already reading us.
They're like, this whole planet is filled with sick. Like, why the fuck are they unthawing bacteria?
Imagine if we're the
millions of years old.
You know what's worse than aliens? Us being the most evolved species in all the fucking galaxy.
We're not though.
But imagine if we were.
But it's impossible because black holes exist.
But I'm just saying,
whole galaxies.
Imagine if we were really the fucking top of the galaxy chains.
So you're saying, what if you woke up tomorrow and realized you were God?
Like, isn't that sad to think that it doesn't get better than this? Like, it's just us.
But it's not.
Our fucking arguing about dumbass shit. Like Mr. DeSantis trying to take us back 40 years.
I mean,
hey, vote for me for president. I'll take us back 40 years. He's got my vote. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
I mean,
I'm
let's
sorry.
Just be honest.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think this was going to be a political.
I didn't mean to get political, but yeah.
Let's just be honest.
It's getting close. We're about fucking, 15 months out?
Not to be a dick, but white people are going to be the downfall of civilization. There, I said it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
They already have been.
That's what I just had to say it. No offense. We love you, Nikki. Like, let's be real. Who's all the school shooters?
Let her talk.
My bad. Go ahead.
How like Britain used to basically rule the entire world.
Yeah.
How are you gonna go from ruling the entire world to living on an island smaller than Texas?
Is that a gunshot? I don't want to do a gunshot because it's kind of contradictory.
Eating a mid fucking food.
Eating beans on toast for breakfast?
I might kill myself if I had to do that. I would rather eat a bean pie with sugar on it.
Yeah, okay.
That's actually too much sugar.
The prejudice I hold in this life is against British people and kind of French people, but not so much French.
Nah, fuck the French, for real. No, they need to get the smoke because, like, the way they did Haiti, they're shit talkers. They throw rocks and hide their hands.
Sometimes, like the reason they hate Americans so much, I'm like, you know what? I kind of hate us for that too. So you know what? Go off. I don't know. That's just me.
It's a trilateral commission of hate.
Thanks.
All right, so finish your diabetic
opening
breakdown
monologue
before we get to
all
the fucking 2 weeks of sports we need to talk about.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm back. Getting my blood sugar and shit regulated and all that. Finding my new normal. My nephew was like super excited to see me, and then 5 minutes later he's like, "Get this motherfucker on my face." I think he tried. I think because I was in the hospital, he think I got soft, so he tried me. Big mistake on his part. But yeah, my Mother's Day was on the 14th. By the way, happy belated birthday, Nikki.
Yeah, it wasn't Mother's Day. It was actually just my birthday. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, I meant the birthday thing, not like you're an expecting mom.
Well,
like, my mom and my sister.
Hopefully next week we won't be broke, and or Kenny will be able to have one light beer.
Yeah, I can have light beer. I just can't drink seltzer like that. The nurse told me like 5 seltzers will fuck my blood sugar up.
Really?
lock it in a trunk and shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah.
The sugars?
Yeah, there's a lot of sugar in seltzers.
They have some that are light though. You just have to look at them.
It goes straight to your.
Some of them have low sugar.
It goes straight to your bloodstream, no matter what. No matter
This
what.
one I'm looking at right now says includes 2 grams of added sugars.
Yeah, beer has more sugar than that. Bud Light has more sugar than that.
The flavored seltzers.
And Bud Light has carbs.
Yeah, well, either way, they're like,
It's
don't
the
drink too much
it's the
beer.
Costco brand, the grape.
Yeah.
I can drink beer, I just can't fucking get blacked out.
It has 2 grams of cane sugar per can. It says.
Yeah,
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
nah,
it's
but
not
like,
that bad.
it's not
That's
bad,
less
but
than the gummy bears you had.
inside your
That's
body,
less than the gummy
there's
bears
no
you just had.
difference. Inside your body, there's no difference. That's the problem. And like, if your pancreas doesn't produce enough fucking natural insulin,
I don't think you know what you're talking about, sir. I'm gonna be honest.
I remember to convert that.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Nah, I do.
I think she's talking about like sugary seltzers. Like there are like fucking Mike's Hard Lemonade, bro.
Well,
like,
yeah.
There's fucking Twisted Tea ones. Like
Yeah.
those for sure. Like
Yeah, of course.
but there's
yeah.
some that don't even
They're
have
low.
any sugar, bro.
Yeah, they're highbrow. Those are the ones you drink like it's a spritzer or some shit. You drink with your finger out.
No, spritzers you should not be drinking. Those have sugar.
Definitely.
Aperol has sugar in it.
Of course, yeah. But mostly it was just trippy because I was sitting next to a dude who had he was on his 5th heart attack. And he's like a Navy SEAL, and he was talking about how like the Navy gave him medication that gave him heart attacks. But the motherfucker looked like he was in perfectly good shape. So it's like, yeah, I was just in there with a plethora of people and different stories and whatnot.
Probably on fucking anxiety meds.
Nah, he wasn't on anxiety meds. They literally he just had a heart attack. No, I was talking to him. He had just had a 5th heart attack. He got up out the bed, chilling. Like, yeah, I know the drill. I was like, God damn.
Have you ever talked to a sick old dude?
He's like 47.
Have you ever talked
had
to
a
a sick
six-pack.
old dude?
Yeah.
Did you talk to yourself when you were sick? Sick people always think they know exactly what's wrong with them.
Nah, I knew I was fucked
No,
up.
you didn't.
All right, sweet.
Let me just get back in the fucking Zoom.
By the way, the hospital food was shout out to Presbyterian Little Company.
All right,
Mary
let me
and
in, let me
Torrance. Yeah, shout out to Little Company of Mary and Torrance. It was a hospital my nephew was born at. The food was actually really good.
Even though you complained about it literally the whole time you were in there?
No, I didn't. I was like, yo, this is actually the dinner was fire. Especially like the mashed potatoes and the steamed carrots.
Recording in progress.
What the fuck?
It was my computer.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, that kind of creeped me out.
We're back. Hopefully.
But yeah, that salmon, the salmon, is it salmon or salmon?
Depends who you ask.
Fucking Jonathan Abrams. Now I have a complex.
yeah.
Now I have a complex.
Complicated question. Complicated question.
I always thought it was salmon.
All right. Anything else on your staycation?
Wasn't really a staycation, but it's more like, hey,
I mean, you didn't leave and you didn't go to work, so
I did go to work.
technically
I
it falls
literally-
into the gray area
No,
of staycation.
I've been back at work for a week now. Like the day after I got discharged, I went to work.
I know, but you didn't go to work for a week and you didn't leave, so technically that's a staycation.
My vision is like
Technically, that falls in between the cracks of staycation. I'm just saying.
I'm probably at like 90% for my vision. 95. The only thing that hasn't come back yet is small
What's
print.
95 of 10-10? 5? You have a 3 vision right now?
You're a dick. What happened was like I have astigmatism. I was born with one, so that
Oh my
shit was
God,
like
bro.
on.
This
that
is
shit was
really
on
the
like
title, bro.
That shit was on like 100,
Can you violate
bro.
your own HIPAA rights?
That
This man
shit
is
was on
literally
like
just giving away his whole medical
I've been
history.
said I have. No, I'm not. I've been said I
I
have
hope none of your
astigmatism.
passwords are like, when did you get this injury because motherfuckers would be able to hack the shit out of you, bro.
Bro, you know my passwords are impossible to remember.
What injury did you have in high school? But to reset your password, you know how they be giving you questions when you forget?
Yeah, but I would never put my ankle or my foot.
When did you get hit? What injury did you have when you got hurt?
I'll put something else.
How many times have you almost died in your life? Like,
I've lost count.
Exactly.
I was legally born dead.
All right, moving on to sports. First up, NBA playoffs. Lakers, Nuggets. Lakers just went down by 2. About to get their ass smacked.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Heat won on Boston. Jason Tatum was looking like one of the greatest players against Philly. Doc Rivers got fired because, well, he's Doc Rivers, and that's what he does.
Nah, James Harden scored 9 points,
and get fired.
James Harden scored 9
Yeah, James Harden was on some other shit,
one
too,
of the
bro.
One of the greatest scorers of all time in the history of basketball. This motherfucker scored
Offensive players, period.
9
Not even
points.
just scorers.
9 points.
Yeah.
Embiid had, 13?
He wasn't even like a threat to score. I feel like they low-key fucking tanked that game to get Rivers the fuck out of there. Like,
I mean, why? They're just going to fucking choke again, and then bum-ass Joel Embiid going to say, I need help. Bro, people give Ben Simmons shit, but Joel Embiid's a pussy. Too.
Joel Embiid is on his 4th star. The third psychic. Third psychic.
Bro straight up said, I need me and Moore and James Harden. Motherfucker, y'all combined for not even 30 points. Tobias Harris outscored you. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that was trash.
But yeah, so something to keep watching.
He'll never be one of the greats. He'll never be one of the greats.
Other shit that happened last week that we didn't get to talk about because we took it off. The NFL schedule dropped. I think the best part of that is, one, the Chargers are totally fucking unhinged. Like, I don't know who the Chargers social media person is.
It's a white dude, I think.
But Jesus Christ, that man does not give a fuck.
They're more unhinged than my blood pressure last week.
Facts.
Shit.
That fucking Pop-Tart one, I still don't get that. For Justin Jefferson, I still don't get the raw meat in the Pop-Tart comparison to the Vikings and Justin Jefferson.
I was go ahead.
And the ashtray one was slightly racist, I'm just saying. But it made sense because it's Vegas.
Max Crosby, yeah, it's fucked up. But I mean,
Lamar Jackson one was also kind of racist. I think it was like Oreo or something. I forgot what the fuck it was, but that was kind of racist. The Titans one was some good, wholesome fun. That was funny.
Because they suck.
Yeah, they needed something. I'm waiting for that Lightning McQueen game, though.
Like, the fact that, like,
the Cars would run the fuck out of the Titans, by the way. The Cars would take the Titans' booty on the field.
That's crazy.
You know it's true because they barely have linebackers that could cover. That's
almost funnier than on Busting on the Boys when they said who would win, Jedis versus Wizards. I'm like, Wizards.
Jedis, clearly. What the Jedis?
The Force is magic.
Bro, Jedis
what the fuck do wizards deal with? Magic.
Jedis are wizards with a sword, bro.
No. They can't cast spells. They just have, like, physical, kinetic energy. They have kinetic, magical energy. Hermione would wash all these motherfuckers. It will be a 4-0 sweep. The Force is literal magic, the magic of the universe. What the fuck is Hogwarts? A magical universe.
That's weak, bro.
Wizards at 4. Wizards at 3.
I would definitely go Wizards.
That's weak as fuck.
And then don't let me put together an all-star team.
Bro,
Sirius Black?
Harry Potter got haunted by the fucking Crypt Keeper for...
Hey, Voldemort said fuck
7,000 pages, bro. For 7,000 pages.
Voldemort said we putting the beef aside. Fuck a Jedi.
7,000 pages.
Order 66?
The only thing worse than that plotline is Palpatine coming back in that last fucking movie.
Ray gonna be like, it's gonna be over, bro. Expelliarmus, Patromus, or whatever the fuck. Somebody gonna turn into a frog. They all gonna get cursed, and then the Death Eater's gonna show up. And Anakin has plenty of demons, so he's gonna get
Ray and Harry are gonna have a kid, and that kid is gonna have no identity.
Who? Ray and who?
Harry.
Just be socially off-putting and scared as fuck.
It'll be half human and half and a quarter Jedi and a quarter wizard, and not know exactly 100%.
It's like 80. It's like 90% magic, 5% mudblood.
Basically.
So he's a fucking super villain. He's a super. fucking. He's gonna be when he's born like superhero by
Just
gonna
wait
play.
till Universal has to sell itself to Disney in like 20 years, and that's gonna be some weird off-putting plot line about Star Wars and Harry Potter linking up.
I mean, shit, they're already not letting it happen in Florida. So all I'm saying is, Wizards literally deal with Magic 24/7.
All right, moving on. XFL championship happened. Marquette King won a ring.
Dallas were the Desperados.
I thought it was the Renegades.
Renegades. There we go.
They beat the Defenders. First, second. Well, fuck. I don't know. First champion of this edition of the XFL.
Second, by the way, the LA Wildcats clapped the DC Defenders harder than anybody. Better be glad they didn't bring an LA team back. All I'm saying.
Nobody cares.
I know.
I'd rather talk about the LA Kiss.
But I remember the LA.
The LA Kiss lasted longer.
They did.
I'm happy for Bob Stoops, to be honest.
That's cool.
I mean, I am a little bit annoyed at his yes to like go to the XFL. It was kind of a bitch move, but I still support him, and I'm glad that he went.
I still want a Tommy Maddox extreme jersey for Tommy Maddox.
I'm just happy.
Because
Louis Perez
that
said
was
they're
the
gonna be world
original XFL LA team, the Extreme, sir. Fuck your Wildcats.
Did you go to a game? The Wildcats were better.
My dad wouldn't let me go to a game.
Josh Johnson.
My dad was actually a good parent. You think he would let me go to an XFL game?
Josh Johnson.
Those shits were wild. People were running around naked, bro.
Wow, we missed out on
It was like
that.
Raider games, and it was like Raiders game in the 90s with Raiders games now.
Unhinged with pre-steroid era.
A little bit of
WWF.
clout. Basically, yeah.
That's crazy, though. I mean, I think the XFL.
Do they have any of those female football teams in LA? You know what I'm talking about?
I think they do.
One, it's very vague. And
That could be a good side project for you to check out.
the LA Extreme or some shit like that.
See if there's any.
The absolutely most unhinged games I've ever been to have been female football games.
I believe it.
The lingerie games too. They
just when I see them, just when I see them like on TV,
like NASCAR times WWE, like had a baby.
yeah.
Like,
Even,
trailer park
even when they
trash.
show up on TV, they're like fucking UFC fighters. They just like they just love the promo. They just want to fucking throw down right there.
I'm not talking about the real female football that's making like a surgence right now. I'm talking about like they wear bikinis and shoulder pads.
The lingerie league. Yeah, they fucking giving each other CTE.
No, but I'm talking about both of them, all of them.
Those
Like,
hits.
The women's are with the shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn. And one of them was on Love and Hip Hop. One of them ended up on Basketball Wives. I was like, how the fuck are you on Basketball Wives? You're in the lingerie football league. I need this explained. She had anger issues for real.
There's one team, I don't know the name of it, but it's like the team that wins almost every year or whatever. It's like the Alabama of their league. Coach takes it so seriously. I've seen so many clips of him like tearing the heads off of these girls and taking it as if like he's literally the head coach of like the Patriots. I'm like,
That's kind of how you have to do it.
bro.
I mean, do we call that equality or like just unhinged?
Well, no, it's just funny. Like, I don't disagree with his coaching because clearly he coaches his girls to win every year. But it's just funny because I feel like he doesn't, with that kind of attitude and passion that he clearly has for the sport and his team, I feel like he could go to like.
Well, I guess the internet went unstable again. So here's our third part.
Damn it. You still in there?
All right, part 3.
Nikki's
Nikki's take was so hot she disconnected us again. We're just saying that thing that women say that's like, oh yeah, you reach a certain part, you should like not want to be in women's sports.
Huh?
I don't think she was gonna say that.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
I think you wanted to say that subconsciously.
Oh no! I said if he was taking it that seriously, I didn't realize I cut out. I was saying if he's taking it that serious, then he should go.
Yeah, see, don't say it. See, she's gonna say it. Don't say it. What's wrong with taking women's sports super seriously?
Because like
rugby. Oh, bro, I'm not talking.
Oh,
about
women's
sports.
rugby. Okay, there you go. All right,
Pete,
I'm talking
wow,
about
you
women's sports.
I got it.
Pete has issues.
Don't blame me. It's the Wi-Fi. All right, I got it now. We heard it.
I'm blaming you, Pete. That was
Dresses out in bikinis with like the point is to cater to a male audience. It's not sport for the sake of sport, or they wouldn't be wearing bikinis.
I guess. I mean, dudes' outfits aren't that much better.
They're completely clothed except Ezekiel Elliott, who likes to be in a crop top sometimes.
Bro, 90% of football players would wear their shit tucked into their pads like that. And a lot of them now cut off.
What shit do they tuck? What shit do they tuck? It's a bikini that has an A-line the size of.
I'm saying, half of these dudes would play like that if they could. They would play in just their girdles.
they practice in girdles.
They
and it's
practice
weird.
just in girdles now. Yeah,
The shit I've seen people practicing is nasty. It's
they would play that way if they could.
They just want to be icy on game day.
They just don't want to piss off the middle of America who drinks fucking Miller Lite watching football on Sunday.
Are people still boycotting Bud Light?
Yeah, weirdly. People need to get over that shit.
Is that really a thing?
Bro, my dad told me he went out with one of my cousins and he was like, yeah, I'll buy you any beer, just not Bud Light.
Why are they
I'm like,
boycotting?
bro, you realize every single alcohol company
donates to
LGBTQ plus causes because they don't got kids, bro. They fucking drink. They don't have to worry about, I don't want to be drunk around the kids. I don't want to have alcohol around the kids. I don't want to drive home with the kids drunk. They don't have any of that shit. And I'm way over speaking, but like in general, it's a different lifestyle.
It's more like companies hedge their bets.
The LGBTQ plus
IA plus
has the largest disposable income of any other
on God, that's what I'm saying.
group,
bro.
And that's a fact.
But okay, to be honest, like Bud Light is the most kind of like white trash ass beer that I can think of.
Miller Lite's way more white trash.
It's the Canadian tuxedo of American beers.
Like it's PBR and Bud Light. That's the white trash.
Nah, Miller's way trashier.
PBR
and Coors is way trashier.
PBR is tender,
especially like
Bud
the
Light
banquet,
Miller,
Coors, the real
Miller
Coors.
is like middle class.
I'm not going to your barbecue. Have you ever had a Coors with some dude who just walked out the fucking swamp?
Coors is a Denver beer. You should only be drinking in that state.
Like, yeah, I'm a mountain man. I'm just went and got a whole rack of banquet beer. Like
West Virginia, probably.
I could like to be like a super. How do I say like short-sighted? I could guess what a person is like based on their beer order, and Bud Light is almost.
It's almost what? You cut out.
Almost always white trash. Every time.
I guess. Maybe it's just where you were getting it. Because I feel like white trash people here, they go more for the other stuff.
Mexican beer is just.
And maybe that's because they're middle class in other states. And so that's why they're able to move over here. I don't know.
But if you willingly drink Guinness, you have a dark soul.
I've seen white trash people drink Miller and Coors. Because they think it's so much better than Bud Light. And now Michelob is becoming the new one. And I'm like, bro, Michelob is literally made one door down from Bud Light.
Yeah.
They're both Anheuser-Busch.
It's leftovers. On the way to Northridge, you can see the fucking plant.
Yeah,
Michelob is like the everybody beer. I feel like Michelob is friendly to everyone. Like I feel like it's
now because it's low cal.
And the commercials sold it.
women drink Michelob, like whatever Michelob Light, whatever it's called.
Ultra.
I can't remember.
Ultra.
I'd rather drink Shock Top.
Drink Michelob Ultra more than any other beer.
Because it's like one carb.
Makes sense.
It's health conscious. Ooh.
All right, moving on. Other stuff in sports. Bronny commits to USC. Nobody really cares.
Actually, that's actually a big deal.
Yeah,
because
that's
not
what
only
people keep saying.
No. Him, like USC, Obama's daughter just graduated from USC. They have like a bunch of highly well known young people coming to SC.
Pretty familiar with it.
Sweetie went to USC.
And they only just had a whole fucking lawsuit about celebrities and their kids getting into USC.
But that was different.
Unfair.
Those kids cheated to get in. Like Bronny earned his way.
These
in.
kids are just paying their way in.
No, they earned their way in.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny earned his way in. He could have went in. He could have went to Ohio State, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They would have gave him a scholarship on GP.
Yeah.
He obviously has the grades.
And why is he going to USC?
Because that's the lick.
The booster money?
That's the lick. That's what I just said.
The booster money.
Duh. The fuck you gonna do? It's like WNBA players not wanting to stay in college or.
Anyways, I don't really want to spend much time on Bronny because everyone's been talking about it, and I really don't care,
I was saying like it's like female college basketball players staying in college because they'll make more money in college than they will the WNBA. And like fucking 36 of the 56 chicks who got drafted all got cut from their teams. Which, by the way, wow, failing as a league when that happens. When a bunch of your first round,
the WNBA's never failed before.
a bunch of your first round picks are all getting cut, and they're
You
not.
want to talk
busts.
about the XFL? The WNBA is on like its third or fourth iteration.
Probably like its seventh, if we're being honest.
Yeah, low key.
Because they let Gino Auriemma run that shit. The Olympic teams. That's a whole nother problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Other news: Todd Bowles finished his degree. Forgot from where. Well, he got his
It
match.
wasn't Bowling Green. I forget the name.
What? It might have been Bowling Green. That sounds kind of right. But yeah, he got his degree. Jalen Hurts finished his degree at Oklahoma.
Got a mastered, so Boomer sooner.
Boomer sooner. It's just they
No
usually
objections?
just say Boomer though. But
No, you say Boomer
And Tom
sooner.
Brady were spotted out together.
wait, who?
Please God, no.
Who?
Him and Tom Brady.
Him and Tom Brady. No.
12.
Why is she at all the Laker games? Is she doing something with Rob?
Wait, are we talking about Kay Adams?
What about Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
What's up with you and bringing up Kay Adams every other turn? You
I'd
said
never
Kay
bring-
Adams more this past year than you have the entire existence.
Because they popped up at the Celtics. I remember they popped up at the Celtics Sixers game. And I was like, why are you putting Kay Adams on this?
I know. They're like, oh, she's a baddie. Blah,
Why are you
blah, blah is
making her
going to
a
go
thing?
off. I'm like, why are you guys making her a thing?
Like,
Like,
her agent put her up there. I was like, nobody was checking for that.
all right. College football, Kenny.
Not being a hater, though. Where should I start? Well, I already talked about how Pacto Media Day is in Vegas in July next month, July 20th, which
Yeah, we know.
will be there. I'll be there. Don't get me started on those bullshit about how Boise State, but they might add Boise State, but there's a bunch of realignment. This college realignment shit is just pissing me off because it's like you already know you're just gonna add California teams. Like this was sloppily handled, and when all this stuff comes out, I just want y'all to know I've been banging the table for this shit for years now. Like since me and Pete were in college, which was a long time ago apparently. I just realized today's May 18th. Tomorrow I've been out of college. I graduated college 4 years ago. Time fucking flies. But yeah, I think about all this stuff that's going on with teams wanting to leave conferences, like the ACC. 7 teams want to leave the ACC now They're going to get rid of divisions, pretty much Clemson, FSU, Virginia Tech, Miami, Carolina. Like a bunch of these schools want to leave. I'm like, where are you going to go? You're just going to go somewhere else and be mid as fuck. Clemson ain't what it used to be. North Carolina just produces a really good offense and no defense. You can't all go to the SEC. Dissolving yourself as a conference would be stupid as shit because there's 7 of you. It's not like you're going to go to the Mountain West and make that a standard. You're not going to go to the Big Ten because that'd be stupid. Like, the ACC just playing dumb games. But yeah, all right. So next one, quarterback Dylan Raiola, son of former Detroit Lions center Dominic Raiola, who I think went to Nebraska or something like that. His son is the number 1 overall player in the 2024 class, but he's not the best player. It's not even close. He's just ranked first, like the number 1 quarterback. But he decided he's going to go to Georgia. We'll see how long that lasts, because how many number 1 quarterbacks go there and transfer? A lot. So the NFLPA is investigating agents for bribing teams to draft their clients. This has been going on for years, unofficially. Like, Nats used to get wads of cash and cars and shit back in the day. Now they're just cracking down on stuff like this. But this is like a little too late because NIL's here now. It's like, imagine if somebody did this when Reggie Bush was coming out of college. I don't care who that 5-star player is. It doesn't matter. And to Georgia, they declined an invite to the White House because the schedules don't match up. Pretty much a bunch of format ways. That's it.
All right, Nikki, you're ready. You're up.
Yes. So our first one for touchdown and turnover is the 76ers fired Doc Rivers after their 3rd straight second-round exit.
Touchdown. Not much else to say.
I mean, I feel bad for him because it just keeps happening to him. Eventually, you might just have to go fix up a team.
He still wants to play. He still wants to coach. So
a contender. Like
there's that.
Monty Williams got wrongfully fired, if anything.
That's the next one. Go ahead.
Monty Williams got fired.
There you go. Turnover. They should have kept him one more year, but I think it's unfair to expect that team to only play 8 games together and then all of a sudden win 16 in the playoffs. Hopefully they bring that core back, but we'll see what happens with KD.
The owner who was a bench warmer for Michigan State, I guess when they won a national championship, now that he's the owner, he never liked Monty Williams. I'm like, you don't know shit about coaching high-level basketball. You were a bench warmer. And now I guess you're like a billionaire who owns a team. Great for you, but like the Phoenix Suns were nothing. They were a laughingstock when DeAndre Ayton got drafted. And he turned. Yes, they were.
I wouldn't say
you don't get the number 1 overall pick and say, "Oh, you're a great franchise." They were a fucking joke. They were pathetic.
Dude, do you remember the Suns teams until like 2010?
I'm not talking about them. We're talking about right
but you
now.
know how many players they drafted during that time?
Okay.
Players that never even played for them.
I'm talking about
they had
Monty
a
Williams
system,
took
bro.
over.
They had a system. They had Joe Johnson before he was an all-star. They drafted Rondo. They had players.
Oh, shit, they did draft Rondo.
They had players in that system that were crazy, bro.
I'm talking Monty Williams.
The Suns had a great organization for a while. It was kind of weird.
I'm talking about recently.
Like there was some weird shit going on there too, like that whole Vima shit. But like,
I'm not arguing that though.
Overall, their organization was solid until it wasn't.
The past 4 or 5 years, they were hot ass juice.
Bro, they just went to the conference finals in 2021.
NBA finals. And who was the coach? Monty Williams. What did he take?
But Monty Williams was mid as fuck before he
was
got
an
to
interim
his Suns.
coach,
Don't
and
forget
then-
about that. He was
Okay.
mid as fuck before he got them.
So was Phil Jackson a great coach right out the gate? No.
Kind of. Kind of. He
had
kind of
Jordan.
was.
He
He
had
kind
Jordan.
of was a great coach off the bat. So that was actually kind of the worst example.
Nah, he wasn't. He didn't win a championship his first year as a coach.
He won it his second.
Mid-ass coach at first.
He had fucking Jordan. But my point is, like, anybody can have a ton of talent. You have to build up to that, and he built that. He built that roster. He made Devin Booker a better player. Now Chris Paul and whatever, but in terms
Did
of
he make Devin Booker a better player? Because remember, those Suns teams didn't lose a game in the fucking bubble, bro.
that's the bubble. Not
And
you
don't
can't
remember, he dropped 70 when Kobe was still alive, bro. Like, Devin Booker's been him.
he was unhinged as a scorer, but he's a better overall player now than he was a couple years ago. He hasn't regressed.
I guess. This is
Okay.
why we don't pay you for basketball takes. All right, Nikki, next one.
I don't pay you for basketball takes either. How you can?
Isaiah
Isaiah Wynn to the
is
Dolphins?
headed to the Dolphins.
Yeah, there you go.
Touchdown.
You gonna play guard?
That's a turnover because ask how it worked out for Greg Little last year.
Greg Little was a bust.
I know, and so is Isaiah Wynn. That's my point.
I mean, he's a 6'2" tackle who should be playing guard
Hmm.
or 6'3".
Yeah, been playing tackle for 4 years now.
I don't know why. So is Sony Michel a bust?
Yeah, unfortunately,
I don't think so.
he never had he had what 1,000 yard season, if that. It's probably like 900.
Just curious. I'm asking.
Harsh.
I like Sony Michel. Like, I was bringing the table for Sony Michel.
But
Just didn't work out.
You didn't watch him at Georgia.
I thought he was going to be great. Yeah, I did. I thought he was going to be great in
Not the
Rams.
playoff game. The playoff
I thought
game
I was
don't
going to be
count.
great with the Chargers. He's just been mid.
You thought he was gonna be great with the Chargers? That's wow. That's a lot of belief.
I mean, for as a great second running back, yeah.
You drafted him in fantasy too. I know.
No, I
too.
didn't.
I did, and I regretted it.
Next one.
Well, Isaiah Wynn to the Dolphins is an absolute touchdown for the Patriots.
Fair enough.
I
Damn.
wish him the absolute worst.
And they cut Yanni
I like
Kajus too. The Pats cut Yanni Kajus. So
greater loss than Isaiah Wynn, in my opinion. So, anyway, so the Robert Quinn from the Cowboys made an announcement that Michael Parsons is not going to be making a full end, even though
what?
he pretty much played defensive end last year.
He's not going to be a full-time DN. You mean Dan Quinn, not Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn's DN.
My bad. Dan Quinn.
You're good.
Dan Quinn. Yeah, Dan Quinn said that Michael Parsons isn't going to be making a full move to defense.
Yeah, I'm
He's
going
not going to be fully practicing that position, even though he saw most of his play time in that position last season.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a touchdown because
he was a 4.3 40 and
Yeah,
was a
he's-
linebacker in college.
he's been kind of capped in that position. Like, the first year was like, oh, he's just way more athletic than people. And then this last year was like, no, like, he's actually really a generational talent. And so now that he's kind of mastered that position, it's like, it's time to like really let him roam and come off the hinges. Plus, I mean, overall, that defense has added a lot of people. So he's going to have more help and more of an ability to freelance.
I don't think they should have passed on Nolan Smith. I think that was a mistake for them. I'd have had Nolan Smith on one side, him on the other. Sam Williams can play defensive end and linebacker. Got a lot of hybrid fronts, but it is what it is. They got Mozzie Smith, so
Next.
The Texans, Shaquill Griffin. Touchdown turnover.
signing, good veteran signing.
Why not?
You've already got a generational corner on the other side.
Yeah, why not?
Stingley Jr. Worst case scenario, he plays the slot.
If he
All right,
makes the
so-
team.
True.
Mikey Darius Smith to the Browns.
Yeah, that wasn't it. I actually broke that at work.
That's a touchdown because what? He went for what? A third and a fourth round pick? Third and fifth?
And they got a fourth back.
Yeah, that's a touchdown because I think that's really the best player Clowney has had beside him, across from him.
You mean?
And it's not just a player who can just play the run like Clowney or
not Clowney. You mean opposite of
Garrett, Myles Garrett. Isn't that what I said?
No, you said Clowney first.
Oh, yeah. I meant Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, but is he really going to be a full-time defensive end? Is he going to go back to being a 4-3 defensive end? Or is he going to be a stand-up linebacker? Question, because they run a 4-3.
Well, that's what the strength is that you can do both now. And he's not fully past his prime like Sheldon Richardson or Jadeveon Clowney.
He's had multiple 11-sack or 10-sack seasons. So it should be interesting. Like 11.
I don't know what the Vikings are doing, though, to be honest.
They wanted to get that money off their books.
I mean, I get that, but like
11.75.
You still have Kirk Cousins at QB. Like you still have Cook at least for right now,
which is wild because I don't know why they want to get rid of him so bad.
The Lions got better. The Packers, I mean, depending on what Jordan Love is, they could at least be the same as what they were last year. And
I think they'll be better.
The Bears got better, so
it's kind of a wide open division.
That kind of just leaves the Vikings either floating, depending on what they get out of Kirk Cousins.
I just don't think you really want to trade Cook and put the ball in Kirk Cousins' hands even more.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me. They
took him off the team banner on social media.
They've been a defensive team for the past decade. Even though they've had great offenses,
their defense was atrocious.
They've been driven by the defense.
Defense has been atrocious the past couple of years.
And that's what I'm saying. But now you're seeing a total shift, and that's been over the past 3 years. They've been slowly shifting, but now they've like really put their foot on the gas as far as just shifting to a total offensive team. But my point is, over that 3 years that they've moved away from the defense, like they haven't gotten better, and the rest of the division has gotten better.
That's the problem. Like you're trading away a pass rusher, but you don't have any newer pass rushers. You took receiver in the first round. Addison.
Facts. All right, next.
All right. The Saints are signing, I think, I believe Moreau to a 3-year, $12 million deal following his cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, I guess it's in remission.
Hodgkin's lymphoma?
Yeah, he beat it or it's in remission because he had signed earlier in the offseason and then they found out that he had got cancer. So they had to hold off on the signing. And now I guess it's in remission or he beat it. And so now he can officially sign his contract. Now he's back home in Louisiana. That's excellent.
Even though they have like 5 tight ends.
I mean, useless though.
No, brought back fucking
Taysom.
No,
John Johnson. Yeah, John Johnson's good, but like
they brought him back. They have Taysom Hill. They drafted somebody.
They did.
So yeah, they have 4 tight ends.
They drafted somebody. A tight end was pretty good.
Yeah, any tight end that you drafted in this class has a chance of being good.
Like it's 12.
Like you could have gotten a tight end in the 6th round who could be your second tight end,
which is
this
crazy.
draft.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Brandon Marshall is trying to unretire so he can play with Rodgers on the Jets.
That's funny. Yeah,
bro, he needs to get off his dick. That's a turnover.
Tight end. Yeah, he was already wrong when he said congratulations on retiring. Yeah, I didn't forget because I was looking at that shit when I was at work and I was like, wait, Aaron Rodgers ain't fucking retiring.
Dude's in love with Aaron Rodgers for real though.
And the Jets. He really dick rides the Jets hard. It's like a weird.
Even though he was trash on there,
No, he was great on the Jets. What are you talking about? Go look at his numbers. He had all pro numbers.
I guess.
No, he did. Him and Eric Decker.
I guess.
He actually had excellent numbers on the Jets.
That's one name I could have never heard on this whole podcast again and been perfectly fine.
Hey, I didn't bring it up.
You just said Eric Decker.
Oh, I thought you meant Brandon Marshall.
No, I mean, Brandon Marshall, it is what it is.
I was like, damn.
Eric Decker had a good career in Denver and one good year in New York. It's Magic.
All right, next.
Let's see here. Texans. They're signing Shaq Mason to a 3-year, $36 million extension.
That's great. They solidified their offensive line. I forgot that he got traded there. So yeah, him and then Kendrick Green, their first round pick from Texas A&M. That should be interesting. They're definitely gonna be running a lot of power. He's an athletic guard, even though he's short, undersized.
He said all pro numbers. The Jets. He had one 1,500-yard season. Then
That's
fell
all.
off a cliff.
1,500 yards is all.
And then
pro
fell
season.
off a cliff.
1,500 yards.
And then fell off a cliff.
Fucking,
I mean, it is one All-Pro year technically. So
yeah, exactly. That's what I said. You only need one.
I guess, bro.
He is getting a 2-year extension from the Steelers.
So don't care.
It's a turnover for us. The fact that we even have to talk about a backup QB getting an extension is terrible.
Let's be honest. What's the difference between Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky coming out of college?
Trubisky has a bigger body, bigger hands, bigger arm.
And they're about the same speed.
I think that Mitch Trubisky was much more hyped than Kenny Pickett, for sure.
People actually thought he was better than Deshaun Watson, which was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he got drafted before, 3 of the highest paid